Hi everyone, just a update on this little ripper, um, and I say that now that I've experienced it. Um, the Majors Creek Hotel, Majors Creek, just out of Braidwood, so 10 mile bike ride. That's all, and the contrast. Boy, do we have an exciting first weekend. Um, Inspections galore, and I'm here. It's Monday. Another inspection at lunchtime, and then we're off. We've got a massive amount of bookwork to do with this. This one has hit the ground running, and you sort of usually ease into things, but this one hasn't allowed us to do that. It has its own mind, and the popularity of Majors Creek Hotel is seems to be legendary. And last night, yesterday, I saw the proof. So what I can tell you about it is that as it's run now, it's run really well as a pub. What are you going to do in the next 5 years? Well, I'm sitting in the railway carriage. I stayed here last night. Fantastic. Yeah, it's amazing. Lots of different things you could do with that. Attract groups. We are on a highway, which is the cycling and motorbike highway, back roads, Canberra to Braidwood. So, or even on. The cyclists go all the way to Bateman's Bay almost. So we're halfway. They usually overnight here. I would be hitting that Canberra market night and day with social media ads, and that means 2 videos a day. I would be running they have pig races, wood chopping. I'd have a bike racing weekend. Across the road, there's a gravel track. I'd have a hill climb on. I'd have a criterium road race out here. Got a very tight block, which would be fantastic, and a road race. Send them out somewhere just out and have the finish line here. So 3 days of racing. One at night. The criterium would be an evening race. All those sorts of things. And then I'd bring in your car clubs, your motorbike clubs, and all those sorts of things. And they love it. So what you don't see unless you stay is people that had lunch had dinner, people that had lunch, and there's lots of space with this one. A lot of open space for kids to play with their balls and ride bikes and all that sort of stuff. So they had lunch, listened to the music, and then had dinner. So we had about 100 for lunch, and then you're basically saying the same for dinner. And just amazing chef, kitchen staff all staying on. Bar staff are pretty good. They're the owners, so the new owners will be in the bar, no doubt. And there are bar staff around if you need them, if you get busy. There are 2 caravan sites on site that you can use. They haven't really pushed them, but you'll see them as you do your inspection. Really good community area up at where the cricket ground is and tennis courts, and they have a donation for the camping up there. That's popular, and it's walking distance to the pub. It's a block and a half downhill, so really easy to get to. Good locals, fantastic attitude to new people too. So yeah, I would just say come and have a look. Come and buy I bought a burger and chips last night, put it right in the middle of the orders, and it came out perfect. It was the best pub burger I've had in a long, long time. Chips were sensational. They're changing the oil really regularly, you can tell. And the food is fresh, really fresh. So, yeah, I would say that come out, if you're thinking about a pub, a country pub, this is one that's set up, but also it has growth. So you can grow the social media marketing, plan it out. Not enough country pubs like, this is an awesome pub, but plan out your year. There are 40 weeks, have 40 different groups aimed at it, and you'd only have to get 20 cyclists, get 20 Harley Davidson, get 20 Triumph, get 20 Land Rover people. So, yeah, well, they turn into a couple, which is 40. You know, and then suddenly you're doing 100 lunches, 100 dinners, you know. So it's really easy to multiply when you do a little bit of planning, spend a little bit of time on social media, and it's worth it. I can say that from experience. We're sitting at about 15 million views just on Google alone, so you can almost double that on Facebook and Instagram and all that. So a matter of, but you got to do it regularly. And part of my videos, that's why we're sitting about 380, 400 videos on YouTube. So this is an awesome pub. I wouldn't say it's entry level is below 500 and you'll struggle forever. This isn't going to be at that level. This is a pub that's pumping along, gives you a good income, good lifestyle, and it's got some really good areas of growth, and that's tapping into that Canberra market. It's tapping into Sydney, because there's a lot of people that work in Sydney 4 days a week and live here. So there's a lot of money in the district, which is fantastic. So if you want to buy, give me a call, Brian 0402970217, Brian at brianmcmanusrealestate.com. I'll come down. This one, I really want to be here when you come through. Don't come through as a customer. Well, you can come through as a customer as well, but you've really got to experience it, and I've got to talk you through it. This one, you really got to know what it's like when it's busy. And I can take you through all that. So give me a call, give me an email. We've got a long run until we've got about 55 days into auction. I don't know we're going to last that long, so I wouldn't hesitate. Get to Mike O'Malley, get to your mortgage brokers, and we'll, you know, we hit the right money, we'll be selling early. I think that's the feel I get, just because there's been so much interest in the first 5 days. So we'll talk to you soon.